Okay, so I thought I was gonna get a lot of those finished, or just about all of them. I have about six of these left, but I am very happy that I got rid of that big old pile and have made what I have made. So I didn't quite get as much this week just because I don't have all the supplies, but I'm very happy. So let's just see these three projects that I created out of the albums from Dollar Tree this week. And excuse me, I'm a little bit stuffed up again. These kids and bringing home their colds. Um, and also the weather going back and forth where I'm at. So excuse me. But this is, I would say, my favorite of the week that I put together. So I just did the same as the others. I put the card in the front and I put one in here. I tore out all the sleeves. I just put, left a few in the front, three in the front and three in the back. And I have a nice little stash. I know I'm collecting again, but if I end up tearing out any more of these, I will be collecting. I have seen some ideas for ephemera later on, so I'm just going to put these in a nice little stash and keep them for later that I can have them, but they will get used. So I think I showed in the footage, I have a little package that I had these bookmarks saved in. And so I thought that while you're journaling, it would be nice to have these that you can just flip over and put them in your Bible. So I put all the ones that came in there in the little package I just attached. And then I didn't know exactly what I wanted to put in there. I just put some cards in there, 4x6 cards. And then I had three of these that I did. So yeah, I still have one card that I attached. I don't know where I put it at right now. But I started to take apart and recover these, but I thought that I would just get some glue dots and glue these on. As you can see, they're pretty sturdy on. I thought that was an idea that if someone really wanted to, they could, peel them off. If I don't keep this for myself, that you could peel them off and you could still utilize the card. And then, of course, it was less work that I had to do than to recover. And then I just, as you see, I just took it and tied it around. And then I did the same one to this one. I tried to do three, but it made it a little bit too bulky. And then I also had some of the sleeves in the back. So I just left like three in the front and three in the back. And that was able to give me two. Now, I wish I could have found more of those at the Dollar Tree or had more in my stash, but I didn't. So I just had that one little package of 4x6. So I was only able to make one. And then I used that pretty seam binding that I get from my scrap cabin on Etsy. And then I just put this little from my stash, this little jewelry I just hung on the bottom there, and I think that this is so cute. And so this is a nice little journal here that I created. And then the second one is recipe. I had these cards in my stash, and so that's the whole idea of getting these on my stash. My two thoughts for these is, number one, I know everything is digital and everything now. I know I even go to Pinterest a lot for some of my favorite recipes, but I have one time went and was getting ready to cook at something that I make a lot. I just always go to Pinterest, and one of those stormy evenings, I couldn't get it to pull up. The internet was down. So I thought that, that would be a reason to have one of these. And also, I'm going to get a little sentimental. I know my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and the one thing that I was looking for was her handwriting. in any and everything. So I think that if it's something that you frequently go to, like I was saying about that one recipe, it would be nice to have it written down. So I think there's always a reason to have something, especially if you make it weekly, monthly, frequent, just to have the old school recipe written down. So anyways, I made a couple of those. So that was the second one. And then the third one was these postcards with the little coloring in there. Now, I had one of these in my stash. I ordered from scrapbook.com and this is one of the free gifts that was given. And so I took that and then I opened one of those packages from the Dollar Tree that has these nice little gel pens in them. So I just took them out and repackaged it and then I have a few of these bags that I bought from Target. They were on clearance and I thought that they were cute. So I kind of stashed it in here, and I may tie something on the side of this just because it looks so plain and you really can't see the ribbon. But the postcard booklet, I just kind of took it apart, and that way you could kind of know the front and the back cover, what it is. I wanted to make this out of 2, but I didn't have enough cards. And as you see, I had to put scrapbook paper in it anyway, just to fill it up. So I definitely didn't have enough to make it out of 2 booklets. But this is just a free thing that I received, so it was nice to include that. And that's another idea. I know that Kaiser Craft still, you can still find these booklets, so I'm sure later versions. So this is just another idea of something. I know a lot of people like these coloring pages and stuff, so that's another idea to utilize this. And so those are my projects this week that I utilized for the album. And I'm going to go ahead and insert the clips to see, the little bit that I filmed of how I did it. And thanks for watching, and see you later, Crafty Nieces. Okay, so here I am back with the photo albums, and you can see my little stash has gotten a little lighter. But I just wanted to document these other ideas. So I have this postcard book that I mentioned before in clearing out my stash, and thought that someone may like this idea or actually have this or something similar in their stash. So like I said, I got this from scrapbook.com, and my idea was I was going to be able to use these for 2, and I started separating them. But once I looked at it, once I started filling up the booklet, I realized it was too thin. It was really too thin. So I only was able to do 1. And like I said, I only had 1 of these. But that's okay. This will be good for one project, for one person. And that is that. I did something with it. So these are the mini gel pens that I had in my stash, and they're from the Dollar Tree. And my idea was I was going to put these in these reusable zipper bags and then attach them. I thought that would be a cute idea. I picked up about 3 of these. They were in my stash from Target. Y'all, these are trash. They do not, at least the ones that I have, all 3 of them do not stay sealed. The seal is broken in them. So just telling the truth. This is the paper pad that I used. Utilized a lot of that paper stash, so that was great. So I also have these clear bags, and it's kind of hard to get out of there, so I don't know if I will continue. I just think these bags are so cute. They probably will need to be used on something that's a lot smaller. But they were also a clearance item in my stash. Sometimes Target has the different stationery ideas on the end caps, and keep an eye on them when they go like 70 and 80% off. You can find some good deals. So I had picked up those and they were in my stash, and I'm waiting to utilize them on the right project. Not sure if this one's it. I mean, it does look cute though. But there's the paper pad that you can see that I used, and there are the gel pens that I nicely repackaged and put those together. So I think that that's a cute idea for someone. And then here I just wanted to show you these resealable bags. If you do pick up something like this, just make sure that you get one of good quality. These I don't recommend. As you can see, they kind of bust at the seams. And that second one I showed you, that one I didn't even utilize it, so it's not like I used it and then it broke open from something. So just wanted to show how those are. And then the second project here is the recipe cards. These I will link to my Amazon page. I think, yes, I got those from Amazon a long time ago, and they were in my stash. And I explained before my thoughts on having them. And so I just did exactly like I did on the other ones. Just took out these cards that come with them and going ahead and replace them with the recipe cards in the front and the back, and then fill up the pages nice and neat. And my thoughts on this is that I wanted it to be a little bit fuller, and as you can see here and there, it is nice and fuller when I put in the cards. And also, if you notice, once you start writing down the ingredients on a recipe and start getting into it, you can run out of room once you start doing the instructions. So I put a card in there, a blank card on each one of those for extra room. Here's the My Scrap Cabin stash that I have of the seam binding. I have 2 bins full of that, and I think I even just placed another order. I love the seam binding, and I just wanted to show how it looks when it comes all nice and pretty. And then here I just tied them short that time and have those packaged and ready to go. So there is another idea for those albums. And then the last but not least, the actual little traveler's notebook kind of pocket journal kind of idea there. Wanted to do it the easy and not hard way, instead of trying to put, a signature in there or something. I wanted to make it nice and simple. So I thought about covering those, like I said, but then just ended up putting the cards on them so they can be removable, and then tearing out those pages. And I will try to utilize those in another project later. I have some ideas saved, and there I am, just showing you how I will glue those down, and they're nice and sturdy. Thanks for watching. See you later, Crafty Nistas.